do it without the recording. Okay, guys, are you all able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Perfect. I'm just gonna share with you. As I said earlier on, I want us to do this basic calculations question and followed by the next question that you see over there, right? Remember, you are not using a calculator to do all of these things, right? We are doing that method that we were doing previously, right? So we are having 2.1 there. They say calculate the following basic operations. Show all your working out. And the first one that we are having is 39674 plus 40958. And let's see, now are you able to unmute your mic? Because I don't think I heard you say something. Okay, no, can't. Maham, how do you call this number that you're seeing here? Excuse me. What do we call that number? How do we call it?
39,674.
And this one?
40,958.
Perfect. So we're having a 39,674, and then we're having 40, they say plus, ne? So it's a plus, okay, plus 40,958. Let me try to make it 58 like that. And do we have any volunteer who want to do it? Do we have somebody who wants to do it willingly before I pick one?
Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it, ma'am.
Is that Butlali?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. You can do it.
So, ma'am, we start by saying 4 plus 8 is 12. Write the 2, carry the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then you say 7 plus 5 is 12, plus the 1 that we carried is 13. Write the 3, carry the 1. Then you say 9 plus 6 is 15, plus the 1 we carried is 16. Write the 6, carry the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then you say 9 plus 0 is 9, plus the 1 that we carried is 10. Write the 0, carry the 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 plus 4 is 7, plus the 1 that we carried is 8.
Perfect. So our answer is going to be 80,632. Perfect. And we will move to the next one. Let's see. We are having a 72,102 minus 18,653. And let's see who's in here. Manahil, your hand is up. Do you have any question? How are you? Are you good?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I know the answer, ma'am.
Manahil, what did you say?
I know the answer for the next one.
Okay, cool. In case you wanna say something, don't raise your hand because I cannot see I cannot see up until I come in here, ne? So you will not have my immediate attention if you raise your hand. I'll see the hand after a very long time. So in case you want to say something, this goes to the rest of you, ne? If you want to say something, you can just say, ma'am, may I say something, or can I answer or something, just to let me know, ne? Because as I'm doing the lesson, I'm not able um regularly check in here. I only check if maybe let's say you guys are not saying anything. Yeah? Did you guys get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Perfect. And uh, I wanted to see Naledi. I had forgotten her name. Naledi, how are we going to calculate for this? How are we going to uh, get our final answer for this calculation?
Okay, who did you get an answer?
2 minus 3 equals
Hi, ma'am.
Hello?
Yeah, it's Nadedi's mom, ne?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just asked Desmond for I've just asked Desmond for Nadedi to join in the grade 5s. She's in grade 4, ne?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, but then she will try her best.
Okay, no problem.
Do that. You start from the right.
so 7 minus 1 equals 6.
Okay, before let's do this. When you're having something like this, you start from here, going that direction, ne? So you're going to start with a 2 minus 3, ne?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're not starting from this direction going that way, but from here to the last from the last number to this one over here. Okay, it's okay. Let's have uh let's have who? Let's have Maham to do this one. Yeah? Maham, are you still there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How are we going to calculate here?
So for the first one, you're gonna say 2 minus 3, but you can't do that. So you're gonna borrow from the 1.
From the one.
The one, well, the next to the 2 is a 0, but the 0 doesn't have anything. So you're gonna borrow from the 1 next to the 0.
Okay, so what you're gonna do here, what we are doing here, what's up? I forgot. Okay, so what we are doing here, okay, Maham, you continue, ne? I just don't want you to miss the step. So what we are doing here, we say 2 minus 3. When you minus a 3 from a 2, that's you're gonna get a negative name, and that's not what we want, at least here. Okay, so what you're gonna do, you're gonna say, because 2 minus 3 gives you a negative, you're gonna have a minus 1. You don't want that. You're gonna borrow from the next number, so you're gonna borrow from a 0. Okay, so you're gonna borrow it 1 from the 0, because the 0 doesn't have anything. It doesn't have anything to borrow or to give us name. The 0 is going to ask from 1 on our behalf, and then we have a 1 here. So this 1 is going to be borrowed, and then the 0, and then we're going to take 1 from here, and then we're going to have a 0 left here. And then the 0 is going to, the 0, yes, is going to become a 10. But that was not the aim. The aim was for us to borrow a 1 so that these 2 can become a 12. Then the 10 now is going to become a 9. So we're going to have a 0 and a 9. Let me use a color that is visible. So it's going to be 0 and 9. So the 10 is going to be cancelled, and then we're going to have a 12 here. You can carry on, Maham.
So then we're going to say 12 minus 3, which is equal to 9.
12 minus 3 is equal to 9. Perfect.
And then you're going to say 9 minus 5, which is equal to 4.
9 minus 5 is 4.
And then you can't minus 1 from 6. So then you're going to borrow from the 2. The 2 is going to become a 1.
The 2 is going to become a 1.
And now the 1 that the 2 has borrowed will become a 10. And you're gonna you're gonna say 10 minus 6, which is equal to 4.
10 minus 6 is 4. Perfect.
And then you're gonna say 1 minus 8, but you can't do that, so you're gonna borrow from the 7. And then the 7 is gonna become a 6.
7 is
And
become a 6.
and then you're gonna say 11 minus 8 is equal to 3. And then you're gonna say 6 minus 1, which is equal to 5.
It's equal to 5. So now our answer is going to be 53,449. Perfect. And do we have any question before we move?
No, ma'am.
No question. That's good. Okay, let's look into 2.3. Our 2.3 says 467 multiplied by 35. Manahil, are you still here?
Yes, ma'am.
How are we going to calculate for this one?
So we're going to say 7 times 5, which equals to 35, and then 5 and then 5 times 6 equals 30, and then 30 plus 3 equals 33, and then 5 times 4 equals 20. And then you put a 0 below underneath.
Okay, let's do it. Let's start. You said 5 multiplied by?
7.
And
that gives you 35.
so do I write the 35?
No, you only write the 5 and underneath the 5, and then the 3 on top of the 6.
Perfect.
And then 5 times 6 equals 30. 30 plus 3 equals 33. And then 5 times 4 equals 20, and then 20 plus 3 equals 23.
But you didn't tell me what do I write on the next one?
Oh,
When
you
got
write you write next to the 5, you write next to the underneath the 3, you write a 3, and the other 3 on top of the 4.
Perfect.
And then, but for the last, so 5 times 4 equals 20. 20 plus 3 equals 23. But then you write the 23 below the 4.
Perfect.
And then you write, and then for the for 7 times 3, you write a 0 underneath the 5.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then 7 times 3 equals 21. You write the 1 underneath the 3 and the 2 on top of the 4.
And the 2. Did you say the 2?
21.
Okay, so do I write the 2 here?
No, you write the 2 on top of the 6.
Okay.
And then 6 times 3 equals 18. You write the 8 next underneath it. You write the 8 underneath the 3 and the 1 on top of the 4. And then 4 times 3 equals 12. And then 12 plus 1 equals 13. So you write both. So you write 13 underneath the 2.
Okay.
And so then you add the both numbers. And so 5 plus 0 equals 5. 3 plus 1 equals 4. 3 plus 8 equals 11. 2 plus 3 equals 6. And 1 stays 1.
Okay, so your answer is
Ma'am,
16,145.
16,000 and that.
ma'am,
Okay, did somebody try to, okay, I hear somebody's calling me. Do you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'd like to say that, ma'am, the thing is wrong, ma'am, because, ma'am, when she was multiplying the 3 by the 6, ma'am, she forgot to add the 3, the 2 that she carried, ma'am.
Okay, I didn't see that. And what would now be the correct answer? Okay, let me try to do it, to write it here, 35. And okay,
Ma'am, so you say 5 times 7 is 35, write the 5 and carry the 3.
huh?
Ma'am, 6 times 5 is 30 plus the 3 that we carried is 33. Write the 3 and carry the other 3.
Uh-huh.
4 times 5 equals to 20 plus the 3 that we carried is 23. Then we write a 0 because we're multiplying with the tens.
Uh-huh.
Then you say 3 times 7 equals to 21. Write the 1 and write the 2 on top of the 6.
Uh-huh.
Then you say 3 times 6 equals to 18 plus the 2 equals to 20. Write the 0, carry the 2. Then you say 4 times 3 equals to 12 plus the 2 equals to 14. Then you add the two numbers together. 5
Which
plus
is 5.
0 equals to 5.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
3
Yes.
plus 1 equals to 4. 3 plus 0 equals to 3. And 2 plus 4 equals to 6. And 1 plus nothing equals to 1.
Okay, cool. And was it Maham? No, it was Manahil. Manahil, do you see the little mistake that you made over here? You just forgot to add this 2 that you're seeing here, that you carried here, which led this answer to be incorrect. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I see you made a mistake there, and I know you would have gotten it right if you were writing there on your own. Okay, do we have any question before we move? Any question? Are we all good? Are we still good? Okay, let's do this division here. So you're having 578 divided by 17. Maham, Maham, are you still there? Guys, is Maham in here? She's not in here. Are you able to see who's in here? Are you guys able to see who's in here?
Ma'am, Maham is in here.
Maham, are you able to unmute your mic? Are you having problems with your mic? Okay, I don't know what's happening with Maham. Okay, do we have a volunteer before I pick the next person? Do we have somebody who wants to try it?
Me, ma'am.
Okay, what do we do?
Ma'am, do I use long division or short division?
Long.
Yes, ma'am. So,
Mhm.
so first, ma'am, we're going to write 17 and then 578. Then, ma'am, 17 doesn't go into 5, so then we go to the next number, which is 57.
Mhm.
And then, ma'am, we check how many times 17 goes into. We check how many times 17 goes into 50.
7. Mhm.
And ma'am, then we get our answer of ma'am, I'm still calculating.
Okay.
Of 3, ma'am.
Mhm. So we're going to have a 3 here.
And then, ma'am, there's a remainder of 6.
Okay.
So then, ma'am, you say 57. So then you multiply the 17 and the 3, ma'am. Then you get your answer of 51. Then you say 57 minus 51.
Mhm.
Then, ma'am, 7 minus 1 is 6, and 5 minus 5 is 0.
So we have a 0 and a 6. Mm.
Yes,
Wait.
ma'am.
You can continue.
Ma'am, then you bring down the 8.
Mhm.
Then, ma'am, we have 68, ma'am. Then you check how many times 17 goes into 68, and then you get a total of 4.
Okay, 4. Then we're going to have a 4.
Then, ma'am, 17 times 4 is
Sorry, ma'am.
68.
You have a 68.
So then, ma'am, you're going to say 68 minus 68, and your answer is 0. So 17 goes into 578 34
Ma'am, is
times.
that a 0 or
It goes into 34. It goes into the 578 34 times, and it does not leave anything. Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you, Butlali. I think Maham was talking. Maham, do you want to say something? Or was it? Mm-hmm.
It wasn't me. And yeah, but I couldn't answer because something happened to the phone.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Was there somebody who was trying to say something? Was it Manahil?
No, ma'am.
Okay, cool.
Ma'am, I just
Okay.
ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to ask thereby is it a 0 or something
Which one? Which one?
behind 6?
This one.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you talking about let me use a different thing. Are you talking about this 0?
No, ma'am, the other one did.
This one.
Yes, ma'am.
You're asking if it's a 0.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it's a 0. We said 7 minus this 7 minus 1, we got a 6. And then we said 5 minus 5, which was 0. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Do you have any question?
No, ma'am.
Good. Let's try to do this. Remember, guys, okay, but before we do it, we said 6 2 over 6. I said when you're having something like this, you have to write it. This is a mixed fraction. This is what we call a mixed fraction. You have a whole number and then you have a fraction. So we call it a mixed fraction, okay? Now, I asked you, when you are having something like this, you have to make sure that you're having it as a improper fraction, because when you're having something like this, that means they avoided writing it as a bigger number divided by a smaller number. Okay, you find that maybe it's 100 divided by 6, so they just don't like to write it like this. They write it as a mixed fraction. So I said I told you guys how to write it in improper fraction, like this. Do you guys remember how I said we can convert these? What is it that we have to do?
Yes, ma'am.
What did I say we should do here?
Ma'am, you said we must multiply the denominator and the whole number, which is 6 times 6. Then you get your answer of 36. Then you plus the numerator. Then you get your answer of 38 over 6.
Perfect. That's what I said you should do. So when you're having a mixed fraction, you're going to take the whole number multiplied by the numerator plus this one. So it's going to be 6 multiplied by 6. And then whatever that you get, you plus it with 2. So that means this thing, if you are writing it correctly, you're going to have 38 divided by 6. Are we all good?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we all good? Do we have someone who doesn't understand? Okay, let me try to wipe this. So you take the whole number multiplied by the denominator, and then we're going to add the whole number. Okay. I don't know why I keep on. Yes. Naledi, did you get it? So we are taking the 6, okay, we are taking the 6, this whole number, we are multiplying with this one that you see under here, which is a 6, we are plusing it with a 2, and then we're going to get a 38 divided by 6. That means this thing, they have voted to write it like this, and then they wrote it as a mixed fraction, rather. Naledi, do you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how are we going to convert this one that I'm writing here? Now, lady, how are we going to convert this one?
Ma'am, I'm not sure.
Okay, so you're going to take the 3, you multiply it with the 6, and then you add with the 5. So it's going to be 3 multiplied by 6 plus 5. Okay, and then whatever that you get is going to be whatever amount divided by the 6. Okay, and if you had a 2.5, that means you're going to say 2 multiplied by 2. This 2 multiplied by this one plus 1. Then you're going to get your answer, which is going to be whatever divided by the 2. Okay, now that we got that part, let's try to calculate for this one. Maham, how are we going to calculate for these 2?
We're going to say
Mm.
30, 38 minus 23, which is equal to
So it's
15 over.
what is excuse me, what is 3 and 5 over 6? Maham?
You're gonna say 38 over 6 minus 23 over 6.
23 over 6. Okay.
And you're gonna get the answer of 15 over 6.
38 minus that is 15 over 6. Okay. Do we have somebody who's disagreeing to this, or are you guys saying this is the correct answer?
Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
it can also be written as 15.
It can also be written as 15.
Yes, on its own without the not without the fraction.
Or 15. But these two are not the same, ne? Did you
Yes.
know that? Did you know that those two are not the same? 15 over 6 is not equal to 15. So that means there's one that is not correct here. Okay, when you are adding the same, you are adding numbers with the same denominators, you have to make sure that the denominator is always there on your final answer, okay? Because it's more like you're saying, when you are adding the 2u, it's more like you're saying 38 minus 23 divided by 6, okay? Which will be 20, did you say 20? No, you said 15. Which is equal to 15 divided by 6. And this is supposed to be your final answer, given that your calculations are correct. Okay, because I didn't verify, but I think they are correct. So this is going to be your final answer. You can either leave it like that, or you write it as a mixed fraction as well, but you won't get penalized for not writing it as a mixed fraction like these ones. If you leave it like this, it's still okay. All right, are we all together?
Yes, ma'am. I thought the 15 over 6 was a 15 over 1. That's why.
Oh, okay. No, it's a 6. Yeah. I need to go to school for my handwriting. Ne? Okay. Do we have any question?
No, ma'am.
No question. Okay, I think we still have like a few minutes left. So let's just do this question. It's a question 4, and oh, okay. Okay, let's do this one. But the same, complete the table. You have the shaded parts and the non-shaded parts now. They say the fraction shaded. What is going to be the answer there? What is the fraction shaded?
5/9.
Wait, what did you say?
5/9.
5/9. So we are having, they want your answer in fraction, né? So they're asking you how many, what is the shaded fraction? So the shaded fraction is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 shaded area out of how many areas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to be 5 out of 9. So the shaded fraction of the fraction shaded is going to be 5 out of 9. Are we all together?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Now the same number of fraction pieces in a whole. Number of fraction pieces in a whole. How many?
9.
9. Out of 9. They said in a whole. So which
9.
is equals to 1. No? So it's 9. The fraction pieces in a whole is going to be 9 out of 9. When they say fraction, you have to see yourself writing something out of something. Something divided by something. Okay? So in this case, it's 9 out of 9. Are we all together?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. And let's go to 3.2. They're saying 48 friends went to a party. 2 out of 8 of them walked to the party, and the rest went with transport. Now they want to know how many made use of transport. How many? They want to know how many of the 48 learners or friends, 48 friends used a transport. How are we going to calculate for this, Botlali?
Ma'am, we're going to say 8 minus 2, then we're gonna get 6, and then ma'am, we're just gonna say 6/8 of 48. Then, ma'am, we're going to say 48 divided by 8, and you're going to get your answer of 6. Then you're going to say 6 times 6, which equals 36. So 36 of the friends made use of transport.
36 of them made use of the transport. So we got the 6 because they said 2 out of 8 made use, no, they actually walked to, so I'm just gonna write walked, and the rest did what? The rest used the transport. So if 2 out of 8 of them walked, that means we are left with how many? We are left with 6 out of 8, because when you add the 2 and the 6, you must get an 8 out of 8, which is the whole, okay, which is the 48, all of them. So we said 6 out of 8 multiplied by 48, because we want to know the number of the learners, okay? They want to know how many. They don't want a fraction of the learners that went with transport. Are we all clear? Any question? Do we have any question?
No, ma'am.
No question.
Ma'am, after
Mhm.
the equal, may I
After?
ask what? After the equal sign, may I ask what is it?
Equal sign, which one? Here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's a 1. Oh, it's 8 divided by 8, which is equals to 1. So any number in a lady divided by that very same number is equal to 1, ne? So if they say
Yes.
1,000 divided by 1,000, this is equals to 1. As long as they are both the same, anything divided by that very same thing is going to be equal to 1, okay? And in this case, it was 8 over 8, which is equals to 1. So I was just showing you how we got to this 6 name. So we have to get a number. When we add it with a 2, it gives us 8, because we want to know the total. Remember, the total must be 8 out of 8, which is 6. So 6 plus 2 is 8. Hence, we're having 6 divided by 8 multiplied by 48, because we want to know the 6 out of 8 of the 48 friends, which is equals to 36. Are we good?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we all good? Do we have any question? Okay, let's do this last question that you see here. And they say, look at the polygon, and they say the measurement has been filled in, complete the table. Then we have the measurements there. We have 4 meters, 6 meter, 5 meters, 5 meters, and 6 meters. And then they say to you, name the 2D shape. What do we call this shape that has 5 sides and 5 corners?
A pentagon.
Perfect. We call it a pentagon. So the name of this 2D shape is a pentagon. Did all of you know that this is what we call a pentagon?
Yes, ma'am.
Good,
Yes, ma'am.
good.
Yeah.
Now, do we have somebody who knows what is meant by this term, perimeter?
Yes, ma'am.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
Ma'am, it's the distance around the shape.
Distance around the shape. Okay, cool. Perfect, perfect. Now the perimeter of these pentagon that we are given here, how are we going to calculate for it?
Ma'am, we're going to add all the measurements together.
Yes, so we're going to add all the measurements around the shape to get the perimeter. So guys, if they want you to calculate for a perimeter, the term perimeter simply means that you add all the sides together, okay? You add all the lengths of the sides together. Okay, so here we are having 5 sides. That means we have to add 5 lengths or 5 measurements. So we're going to say 4 meters plus 6 meters plus 5 meters plus 6 meters plus 6 meters, and then we're going to get our total of 5, 5, 10, 20, 26. So we're going to get our total perimeter of 26 meters. Did you guys get it? So it was 4, let me write it. 4 plus 6, it's meters, plus 6 meters, plus 5. Did you guys get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
26. Perfect. I'm glad that you did. Okay, this was the last question. But before we end the lesson, do we have any question? Any question based on this, what we did today? Do we have any question?